I almost married my fiancé, and we didn't break up because of cheating, or a fight, or even because we stopped loving each other. We broke up because of one word. A word that sounds harmless. But once you hear it the way I did, you don't unhear it. I'm Jeff. I'm 29, and a week before everything fell apart, I genuinely thought my life was set. Stable relationship, wedding planned, nothing felt wrong. I met Elizabeth 28, back in 2019. I almost stayed home that night. Work had been brutal, the kind of day that drains you in small, quiet ways. I didn't want noise. I didn't want people, but my friend Matt wouldn't let it go. Just show up, he said. 1 hour. If it sucks, I'll leave with you. So I went. Late. I walked into the bar already tired. Music was too loud, lights too dim. Everyone already settled into conversations I didn't feel like joining. I grabbed a glass, found a corner, told myself I'd stay 20 minutes. Then Elizabeth walked in. No slow motion, but my brain noticed. She laughed at something someone said, not loud, not fake, just real. And for some reason, I stayed. We didn't talk right away. It took time, a mutual friend, a half introduction. Then suddenly, we were just talking. She made fun of my favorite author. People only pretend to like him, she said. I stared at her like she'd just committed a crime. That's objectively wrong, I told her. She smiled, not apologizing, not backing down. So I challenged her taste in movies. She deserved it. We went back and forth like that for hours. Not trying to impress each other. Not trying to win. Just there. At some point, the bar started closing. Chairs scraping. Lights getting brighter. People leaving. We didn't notice until someone told us. 4 hours. Gone. Just like that. I walked her to her car. It was quiet outside. Neither of us rushed to say goodbye. I remember thinking one thing, very clearly. I want to do this right. The years that followed didn't feel like a story. They felt like moments. Important ones. The first time she left a toothbrush at my place. It shouldn't have meant anything, but it did. It sat next to mine like it belonged there. Like she belonged there. Our first real fight. Over directions. We got lost. Both of us were tired. Neither of us wanted to admit we were wrong. We didn't talk for 20 minutes. Then she sighed. This is stupid, she said. I nodded. We got food. Acted like it never happened. But something changed. Not worse. Just real. The first, I love you. She said it in my kitchen. Not during a date. She was making pasta. I was leaning against the counter, watching her. And she just said it, casual, like it had been there for a while. I love you. I didn't answer right away. Not because I didn't feel it, but because I understood what it meant. Then I said it back. And everything felt steady. When I proposed, she cried. When we told her mom, she cried harder. When I told my mom, she pulled me aside instead, looked me straight in the eye. Don't mess this up, she said. I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it felt impossible. I never thought I would. There wasn't a moment where things broke. That's not how it happened. It was smaller than that, quieter. She stopped reaching for my hand first. I noticed, but I didn't say anything. She started laughing at her phone more than at my jokes. I told myself it didn't mean anything. People laugh at phones. That's normal. I asked if she was okay. She didn't hesitate. Just tired. Simple answer. Clean. Easy to believe. So I did. Because the alternative was unthinkable. The night before everything changed, we were on the couch. TV was on. Neither of us were really watching. She was quiet. Not upset. Not distant. Just not there. I noticed. And I chose not to. I reached over. Put my hands on her shoulders. Started rubbing them the way she liked. She didn't pull away. But she didn't lean in either. That should have meant something. It didn't. Not yet. I went to bed before her. That never happens. I'm always the last one up. But that night, I just didn't have it in me. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out what felt off, running through everything. Something I said, something I missed, something I did wrong. I fell asleep with one thought repeating in my head. Did I mess something up? I didn't know it yet, but that was the last night things felt normal. She texted me in the middle of the day. Can we talk tonight? Nothing bad. Just want to connect. Nothing bad. That's what got me. If something is actually bad, people don't say that. But I didn't think that at the time. I read it and felt relief. I thought it was about the wedding. Guest list. Budget. Flowers I didn't understand. Normal things. On the way home, I picked up her favorite takeout. The place she always chose when she didn't want to decide. I remember thinking, this is good. We've just been busy. This is us fixing it. When I got home, she was already there. Sitting on the couch. TV off. Lights on. Just waiting. Hey, I said. She smiled. Small. Tired. Hey, we sat down to eat. Or at least, I did. She moved her food around more than she actually ate it. I noticed. But I kept talking. Work stories. Something Matt said. Anything to fill the space. Because the silence felt wrong. Then she said it. I need to be honest with you. And everything shifted. It's hard to explain. Nothing in the room physically changed. Same couch. Same plates. Same walls. But the air got heavier. Like something had already happened and I was just catching up to it. I set my fork down. Slowly. Okay, I said. She took a breath. There's someone at work. His name is Alex. That was the first moment something cracked. Not broke. Just cracked. Nothing has happened, she said quickly. I promise. But I've been thinking about him. She looked at me when she said the next part. More than I should. I didn't say anything. So she kept going. Filling the silence. Trying to explain something that didn't make sense. I'm just confused. I don't know why I feel this way. It doesn't change how I feel about you. I still love you. The word sat there. Confused. Like it was supposed to make this better. Like it explained something. I want to marry you, she said. Quickly. Too quickly. But I can't ignore these feelings. There it was. Everything at once. Love. Doubt. Someone else. All in the same breath. I realized something in that moment. This wasn't her asking a question. This wasn't her trying to fix something. She had already decided to tell me. Now I had to live with it. I asked one question. Just one. Do you want to call off the wedding? She didn't think. No. Immediate. And that's when something inside me went quiet. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just off. Like a switch flipped. Okay, I said. I stood up. Walked to the bathroom. Closed the door. Locked it. I don't know how long I stayed in there. Minutes. An hour. It didn't feel like time was moving normally. I looked at myself in the mirror. Waiting for something. Anger. Sadness. Anything. But nothing came. Just one thought. Clear. Simple. Heavy. She told me this so she wouldn't feel guilty. I stayed there until I could breathe normally again. Until my face looked neutral. Until I could walk out without breaking something. When I opened the door, she was still on the couch. Crying. Head in her hands. Shoulders shaking. A week ago, I would have crossed the room immediately. Sat next to her. Held her. Told her it was okay. I didn't move. I walked past her. Didn't say anything. Didn't touch her. I went to the bedroom. Changed. Got into bed. I stared at the ceiling. Same as the night before. But everything felt different now. After a while, the crying stopped. I heard her move around. Lights turning off. Couch shifting. She didn't come into the bedroom. That night, she slept on the couch. And I lay there, awake, staring into the dark, finally understanding that something had already broken. It didn't happen all at once. There wasn't a moment where I snapped. It was slower than that. Quieter. Alex stopped being a name. I started thinking about him without meaning to. At work. Driving. Trying to sleep. It didn't matter. What does he look like? That was the first question. Then the others followed. Is he taller? Funnier? Does he say things I don't think to say? Does he make her laugh in a way I can't anymore? I started building him in my head. Piece by piece. Detail by detail. I imagined them at work. Standing too close during conversations. Leaning in during coffee breaks. Sharing small jokes that didn't need explaining. The kind that come from time. From familiarity. Inside jokes. That part stayed with me. Because we had those. Built them over years. Now I was wondering who she was building new ones with. Every time her phone lit up, I noticed. Every time she smiled at it, I noticed more. Was that for him? Or had it always been like that? And I just never paid attention. I started replaying everything. Every small moment. Every shift. Looking for signs I missed. I felt disgusting. I knew it. This wasn't who I was. I wasn't the jealous type. I wasn't insecure. At least, I didn't think I was. But I couldn't stop. So I asked. Not all at once. Not aggressively. Just carefully. Like if I said it the wrong way, something else might break. Are you setting boundaries with him? She looked at me. Not defensive. Not guilty. Just uncomfortable. What do you mean? Are you creating distance? I said. Trying to limit things. She hesitated. Just for a second. But it was enough. It's not that simple. That answer sat wrong immediately. What does that mean? I asked. She shifted a little. Looked away. It's work, she said. I don't want to make things weird. That was it. Simple. Reasonable. Almost logical. But what I heard was something else. Her comfort matters more than my security. I didn't say it. I wanted to. But I swallowed it. Okay, I said. Again. That word was becoming a habit. Later that night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. One word kept repeating, over and over. Confused. Confused about what? That was the part one couldn't understand. Confused about him, about me, about us, or confused about whether I was enough. I started pulling at that thread. And it didn't stop. What if I was just the safe option? The one that made sense. The one her family loved. The one who showed up. The one who stayed consistent. Stable, reliable, predictable. And Alex was something else. Something new. Something uncertain. Something that made her feel something she couldn't explain. Something she couldn't ignore. I thought about our life. Everything we built. The routines. The plans. The wedding. And for the first time, it didn't feel solid. It felt replaceable. That thought stayed with me. Longer than I wanted it to. I told one person. Just one. Marcus. My best friend. The friend who doesn't soften things. Even when he probably should. I told him everything. Or at least, everything I could say out loud. There was a pause when I finished. Short. Heavy. Then he said, "What?" Not confusion. Anger. "She told you she might want someone else," he said. "And expects you to just wait." "It's not like that," I said. Too quickly. She was honest. Marcus didn't hesitate. That's not honesty. I stayed quiet. That's emotional abandonment. The words hit harder than I expected. She didn't cheat, I said. It sounded weaker when I said it out loud. Marcus let out a breath. Not frustrated. Certain. She didn't have to. Silence. I didn't argue after that. Didn't defend her again. I put my phone down. Lay back. Stared at the ceiling. Because this time I knew Marcus was right. And I didn't know what to do with that. By the time we sat down again, I wasn't angry. That part had already passed. What was left was quieter than that. She was on the couch. Same spot. Different distance between us. I sat across from her. Not next to her. That felt important. "I've been thinking about what you said," I told her. My voice sounded steady. I didn't feel steady. She nodded. Like she already knew this wasn't going to be easy. "I have a question," I said. "One I need you to answer honestly." Another nod. Smaller this time. "If Alex told you tomorrow that he wanted to be with you." I paused. Just for a second. "Would you leave me?" Silence. Not long. But long enough. She didn't answer. Not right away. And that was the answer. She opened her mouth. Stopped. Closed it again. Her eyes started to fill. "That's not fair," she said. I didn't raise my voice. Didn't push. "It's the only question that matters." She looked at me like she wanted to say something else. Something better. Something that would fix this. But nothing came. She started. Then stopped again. "I don't know." That was it. Not, no, not, of course not. Just, I don't know. And something inside me settled. Because I realized I didn't need to hear anything else. I nodded. "Once. I love you," I said. And I meant it. That didn't change. "But I can't marry someone who isn't sure about me." She started crying. Quiet at first. "And you're not," I said. No anger. No accusation. Just truth. "Maybe you never were. I don't know." The words felt strange coming out. But I can't build a life on confused. That word again. It didn't sound harmless anymore. It sounded like something that slowly destroys things. From the inside. We didn't say much after that. There wasn't anything left to say. The next 2 weeks felt unreal. Like I was watching someone else's life. Boxes. Closets emptying. Drawers closing for the last time. Marcus came to help. Didn't say, "I told you so." Didn't need to. We carried the couch out together. The one we picked. Argued about. Finally agreed on. Elizabeth stood in the doorway. Watching. Crying. I didn't look at her. Not because I was angry. I wasn't. But because I knew something about myself. If I looked back, I might stay. And I couldn't stay. So I left. 6 months later, I heard she was dating someone. Through mutual friends. Casual mention. Like it didn't matter. I didn't ask who. Didn't want to know. It didn't change anything. By then, I was somewhere else. Different city. Different apartment. Smaller. Quieter. Mine. I started running again. Early mornings. Cold air. Clear head. I cooked for myself. Bad at first. Better over time. I learned something I didn't expect. I still loved her. That didn't disappear. It just changed shape. What I didn't miss was the confusion. I didn't miss wondering if I was enough. Didn't miss second-guessing every silence, every smile, every moment. That part was gone. One night, I came home, ordered takeout, put on a movie she would have hated, sat there, and for the first time in a long time I smiled. Not because everything was okay. Not because it didn't hurt, but because I understood something now. I wasn't waiting anymore. I was free.